You ever have one of those nights where you're just minding your business, mopping a floor, thinking nobody sees you, and then, out of nowhere, your entire life flips upside down? That was me, Naomi Brooks, night janitor at the Langston Grand Hotel. I mean, on paper, I was supposed to be invisible, right? Just a quiet woman, head down, pushing a cleaning cart across marble floors. Nobody knew I held a doctorate in linguistics. Nobody suspected I could order sushi in Japanese and negotiate a peace treaty in Arabic, all before midnight. For 5 years, I lived by one rule: blend in, keep my mouth shut, and if I was lucky, pick up a clue or two about my missing sister, Lena. That was it. Stay in the shadows, and maybe, just maybe, find my way back to her someday. But you know how it goes. The second you start thinking you've got it all under control, the universe decides to throw a wrench straight at your head. Mine came in the form of Christopher Langston, the guy whose name was on the building, who'd probably never noticed me before. That night, he caught me calming down a sobbing Dutch kid, then switching to German to confuse a pair of lost tourists, and then Mandarin to help a businessman who looked like he was about to combust. I did it without thinking. Sometimes you see someone in need, and old habits just take over. Well, Langston saw all of it. And suddenly, the man who ran my fortress of invisibility was asking questions, dangerous ones. The hotel never really sleeps. At 11:30 p.m., the lobby glows like it's still noon, with people drifting in and out, drunk, jet-lagged, lost, hopeful. Most nights, the only person who talks to me is Jorge, the bellboy who's been working the graveyard shift even longer than I have. He calls me Ms. Languages, says I'm his secret English coach. He's one of the good ones. You know, the kind of guy who gives you faith in people again. I always tell him he's plenty smart already. Some folks just need a little push and someone to believe in them. So I make my rounds. 15th floor, murmur of business deals and tired families, a couple arguing about whether the Louvre is worth the line tomorrow. I stop to help 2 Japanese guests order food, correct a dangerous mistranslation on the stairwell sign, make a mental note to mention it discreetly in the morning. It's the little things, right? Keep your head down, but don't let anyone get hurt if you can help it. Meanwhile, up on 42, Langston's chewing over a business dinner that went south because their translator bailed. The guy's not used to failure. You can tell. He moves through his empire like he owns the oxygen. But tonight, he's rattled. He hears me soothing a Dutch kid by the play area. Sees me, really sees me, knee-deep in the messy, human side of hospitality. And he just stops. You speak 9 languages? He asks, half incredulous, half testing. Then he throws French at me. I answer. Then German. Then Mandarin, though I can't help but tease him about his pronunciation. The man's eyebrows nearly take flight. Where'd you learn all this? He wants to know. I shut down. Quick. There are some things you don't share, not when you're running, not when you've been hiding from ghosts for 5 years. But Langston's got the bit between his teeth now. Later, I catch him grilling Jorge. How long have you known her? What does she do? Is she happy scrubbing floors? Jorge, bless him, says I'm the smartest person in the building, doesn't know a thing about my past, and if he did, he'd never spill it. I help guests. I make their night easier. That's what he knows. Back in the basement, I open the one place that holds my real story. A little locker with a coded journal, a handful of old UN badges, and clippings about my sister Lena. Her face, just like mine, stares back from a photo. Dr. Lena Brooks, UN linguist, disappears. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm nobody. Why I clean up after rich folks who'll never know my name. That night, a postcard slips through my locker vents. Bangkok skyline. A message in Cyrillic. She's still alive. It's like ice water down my spine. 3 years of silence. And suddenly, someone knows where I am and where Lena might be. Next morning, Langston's poking around HR files, finding out there's no background check on me. Nothing but 5 years of spotless night shifts and a fake emergency contact. His assistant, Evelyn, smells a rat, starts digging. The world is full of people who can't let a secret stay buried. A few days later, I'm in the break room, helping Jorge prep for his scholarship test, grammar, idioms, tricks for remembering impossible vocab. He says I should be teaching at a university. I say, teaching is about listening, and I listen better in the quiet. But Evelyn is snooping online, finding no digital footprint for Naomi Brooks before 2020. Then, Facial recognition links my badge photo to a woman named Dr. Brooks, a linguist who vanished after a government project leaked classified research. She puts it all together, but she still has it half wrong. By Friday, Langston asks me to interpret for a German diplomat. After hours, in a little black dress I keep for emergencies. I translate economic jargon, legalese, even help both sides understand each other when their words aren't enough. The diplomat's so impressed he tries to recruit me. I turn him down. Can't risk stepping into the light again. Afterwards, Langston corners me. What's your real story? I shut him out. Some of us have to be grateful for the life we can safely live, you know? But trouble always follows curiosity. That night, a French couple explodes into a fight in the lobby. Divorce lawyers on vacation. Ironic, huh? I step in, mediate in French, get them to talk to each other instead of over each other. Help them remember why they came here together in the first place. Langston's watching, sees something more than just a language skill. He sees what I can really do. The next day, a photo of Lena lands in my locker with a classified document corner. Behavioral modification. Subject L. Brooks. I can barely breathe. Jorge finds me, and for the first time, I tell someone the truth. She's my sister. I've been hiding for years, trying to find her. He just says, "You'll do whatever it takes to get her back." He's right. Langston offers me a one-night gig as a cultural liaison for a big gala. Lots of money, powerful guests, and maybe a chance to find clues about Lena. I accept. I move through the ballroom in a navy dress, greeting Brazilian investors in Portuguese, smoothing out a German-Korean misunderstanding, even attracting the eye of a Japanese businessman who seems to recognize me. Every conversation is a test, every handshake a risk. Evelyn's in the security office, piecing together that I'm more than I seem. She gets a call from Silas Corp, a private security firm with far too much interest in multilingual employees. She tips them off, thinking maybe there's a reward in it. She has no idea she's lighting the fuse on a bomb. After the gala, Langston finally gets the truth about Lena, about the Cultural Bridge Initiative, about how my research got twisted from peacekeeping to manipulation. Lena tried to blow the whistle, got reassigned to Thailand, then vanished. I went underground, took the kind of job nobody would think twice about. But the past has teeth, and now it's coming for me. Then the SUVs show up, Silas Corp agents sweeping the hotel, blocking exits, asking for Dr. Brooks. Jorge lies to throw them off my trail. I sneak out the fire escape, get a text, storage unit 247. Everything you need about Thailand. It's from Marcus Webb, Lena's old handler. I break in, find boxes of surveillance files, a USB with Marcus's face warning me. Lena's alive, but Silas Corp is coming for you both. The technology is out of control. Now it's not just about Lena. It's about stopping a program that can manipulate millions. I loop in Christopher and Jorge. We plan the impossible. Get to Bangkok, rescue Lena, expose the truth. Jorge brings in Somchai, an old contact with a boat and connections. He's got a list of missing scientists, programmers, linguists, people like Lena, like me. Our plan is straight out of a heist movie. Night approach, supply tunnel, covert entry. I swim to the island, slip into the lab, hack into security. I find Lena. She's alive, but foggy, drugged to keep her working on the tech. We use our secret childhood language to break through. She tells me, there are others. I can't leave them behind. We free 12 prisoners, but security corners us. The chief, Coleman, says we're assets. He calls this mind control tech the key to world peace. Lena sprays him with a fire extinguisher. We bolt. I send Lena and the others out through the tunnel while I grab evidence. Terabytes of data, every dirty secret they've got. As the compound is overrun by private security and the local resistance we called in, I upload everything to newsrooms and watchdog groups worldwide. I barely escape. Ventilation shaft, sprint to the boat, hard in my throat. Back in the States, we're not safe. Silas Corp tries to discredit us, calls us terrorists, hacks the news cycle. But we've got the receipts. A Senate committee listens, the UN investigates, and world governments start to realize the danger. But there's a final twist. Silas Corp plans to use the Global Economic Summit's translation system to brainwash leaders. Our little team, me, Lena, Jorge, Christopher, and, yes, even Evelyn, who finally comes clean, races the clock. We break into the summit's comms, hijack the translation feed, and use their own system to broadcast the truth. World leaders rip out their earpieces. Chaos, but the good kind. The aftermath is messy. Trials, new laws, a global reckoning about how words shape our minds. The Langston Grand Hotel becomes a research institute. Lena runs education programs for cognitive liberty. Jorge finally goes to college. Evelyn heads ethics. And Christopher, well, he walks the lobby, no longer seeing a janitor, but a movement. Sometimes, I miss the safety of being invisible. But I'd rather stand in the light and fight for what matters. People think power is about money or politics. Nah, it's about language, the stories we tell, the truths we hide, the secrets we're willing to sacrifice everything to protect. So, let me ask you, if it was your family, your freedom, your world on the line, what would you risk? Everything. Yeah, me too. Now, if this story got you thinking about justice, about hiding in plain sight, about how easy it is for the powerful to shape the truth, don't just walk away. Comment below. Tell me where you draw the line between safety and justice, between truth and survival. Let's hear it.